How many of you find yourself like this? I'm assuming that this is not a rare encounter with yourself, your family members, or even in the car next to you. But how many of you find yourself like this? Many of you would not consider the possibility of crashing while driving. Well, did you know that driving and texting makes you 23 times more accident prone than not texting at all? Did you also know that teenage drivers are more likely than any other age group to be involved in a fatal crash where a distraction has been reported? Texting and driving is a serious and tragic problem, as it involves injuries and even death. That is why I want to convince you to stop texting and driving. And I will also reveal how you can be part of the solution to improve your own safety on the road. Texting while driving makes you a moving threat to those around you. The Center for Disease Control Prevention conducted a survey where they asked drivers of all age groups of how often they would read or send a text message while driving. The results are captured in this chart, where the pink bar represents all the time or fairly often. The light red bar represents just once or rarely, and the red bar represents never. It is obvious that the age group of 18 to 29 texted the most out of all age groups, and that texting decreased as the age increased. The U.S. government official website for distracted driving reports that receiving a text message takes an average of 4.6 seconds away from the driver's focus on the road, which is equivalent to driving across an entire football field at 55 miles per hour blindfolded. They also reported that using a cell phone while driving decreases your brain activity by 37%. To drive safely, you must pay attention to all of your surroundings. But if you choose to text and drive, you are irresponsible because you're putting yourself and others in great danger. Not only is texting dangerous, it can be very expensive. TextResponsibly.org explains that car accidents due to texting greatly increase your car insurance. And you also have to consider your medical bills, your damages to your car, and even lawsuits. Nowadays, where necessities such as fuel have risen to ridiculous prices, imagine having to pay thousands of dollars because of a text message that could have waited. But the most significant expense of all is death. Losing your life or causing someone else to lose their life is priceless. The Federal Communications Commission reported that 5,500 people were killed in distraction-involved accidents, and 450,000 people were injured in 2009. 16% of those killed were teenagers. With a driver's license comes great responsibility. If you text and drive, remember that you are not alone. Whether you have passengers or not, there are other cars around you. Since texting and driving has become a statewide issue, many organizations have created solutions to make the desire to end texting and driving a little bit easier, such as Distraction.gov. They offer Take the Pledge. If you take the pledge, you vow to protect lives by avoiding your phone completely. You are a good passenger by speaking out if the driver of your car is distracted. You encourage your loved ones to drive phone-free. They also established April to be National Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And you can also join campaigns such as on TextResponsibly.org that promote awareness by sharing personal stories of victims who suffered texting-related car accidents. But you are the most effective tool of the solution. Your voice can impact many others around you, and those who listen will educate others. This chain reaction will help spread awareness of this problem and decrease the problem. Also, if there's no more driving and texting, your odds of finding yourself in a car accident will be very low. And a safer driving environment will be produced as a result. That way you can feel safer behind the wheel. We were responsible for 196 billion text messages that were sent or received in the United States last year, 2011. We can be responsible in making sure that no more text messages will be made behind the wheel. Now that you have been informed by the dangers and expenses of texting and driving, I hope that you realize that this must be eradicated so that we can feel safer behind the wheel and even as a passenger. I hope that you understand that you are the most vital part of the solution and to the end of texting and driving. And progress begins with you changing for the better. No life should be lost to 4.6 seconds that a text message takes from a driver's focus on the road. Thank you.